your background?
Yeah. So I am Kelis, and I started the looking into growing my career. And one of the things that was missing is certifications. Even though I had a degree in network administration, and I'm I was in studying at the moment with cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I found it a challenge to find the right positions because of the lack of certifications. Employers want to know that you're competent based on your
Absolutely.
certifications.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to look into the certification, and career makers approached me about it, and I decided to join a year ago.
Mhm. All right. So what made you to decide to pursue the CompTIA Security Plus certification?
Well, like I said, most of the employers wanted to make sure that you have that certificate to show competency. I guess having a degree is a little bit, um, how should I describe it? It's less interesting to them because you're doing a degree that consists of multiple courses that is not consistent with having the hands-on approach consistently when you're doing a certification. Um, a certification is kind of like, how should I say, like a class in its own, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why.
Okay, cool. So why did you choose CareerMaker Solutions for your training, Kelis?
I choose it because of how I was spoken to. Um, the the way it was presented to me, basically, there are people like yourself out there struggling to find a job because you're lacking that certifications. So
Mhm.
therefore, this is an opportunity for you to get the certification at an affordable price and in the comfort of, a great trainer. So that's the reason why.
Perfect, perfect. So how was your overall experience with the training program that we gave you?
The training program was excellent. I felt, there's a lot of transparency. There was a lot explained in details. Um, the tutor was very patient with us. He went over questions, and, he made us feel comfortable. And what we don't understand, we'll always go back to him and ask him. And that was great.
Okay, cool.
And
So what specific features of the training help you the most, like labs, recorded session, or doubt sessions, or like what specific features you want to highlight like which help you most?
the practice test was one that helped me the most. But also, it's important to read because when you read, you can actually understand the practice questions more. The labs are great and it gives you a kind of a hands-on experience, but most of the time it's the practice questions that are important. The labs are important because when we do the tests, you do get a couple of lab questions that might be thrown at you. So you need to be prepared for that.
All right, great. So was the trainer knowledgeable and supportive throughout the course?
Yes, they were very knowledgeable, very supportive. Communication
Okay, cool.
was
Great.
good. It wasn't too bad communication wise.
Right. Did you feel confident about the exam after completing the training?
Yes, I did feel confident. I felt that the knowledge that I gained was being transmitted in these questions. And therefore, it wasn't easy. I wouldn't say it was easy, but the fact that you spend time actually studying and practicing, it kind of help to deliver the result that you want, which is passing the exam. I've never failed any exam so far on the first attempt because I always try to prep for them, because one of the things you got to think about is the investments you've made in yourself. And once you made that investment, you need to have that goal to actually achieve the success, because investment is a big deal. You don't want to waste that
Absolutely.
time. Yeah.
Absolutely. And how did the training prepare you for the actual CompTIA Security Plus exam?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat, please?
Sure. How did the training prepare you for the actual CompTIA Security Plus exam?
Well, the practice questions were very helpful. The performance-based questions was also bonus, and kind of doing a lot of research and finding out, tips on how to actually do your exam. Plus, the instructor provided us with a lot of resources, such as different acronyms that are used
Mm-hmm.
within the
Yes.
security fields. You
Yep.
definitely have to know your acronyms, and that's
Yes,
important.
that's true. So when did you pass the exam and how did you feel after seeing your results?
I passed the exam on Friday gone. I felt good. I felt I was ready to take on the world. And besides just doing those exams, I also did three other exams prior to that, three other CompTIA exams. So at this present moment, I am a CIOS, meaning Certified Operations Specialist.
Mhm. Perfect, perfect. And any tips or advice you would like to give to other preparing for Security Plus?
Yes. Even though you may pass your certifications, it's still important to practice, because um, certifications on paper. It's the actual hands-on experience that really counts. And if when you go for an interview, you need to actually be prepped. Because I've been to interviews, and when you're not prepped and they start asking you technical questions, it becomes a challenge to actually listen to any of it. So I think it's important to actually prep and continuously, practice. Also, reading as well is important.
Great, great. It's a good advice. So has passing Security Plus helped you professionally or open up new opportunities for you?
Well, like I said, I just did those exams. So I'm in the
Mm-hmm.
process of getting myself out there and marketing myself and trying to find a job that will fit in my regime. So it is a bonus and you feel kind of special. I say I do
Absolutely.
feel special about it. And it's an opportunity where it might open up more doors. And like I said, even though you might get a lot of no's, which I have come across, even though you have a certification, don't give up, because there's no matter how many no's you have, there's always going to be a
One,
yes.
yes, yes, absolutely. So you're very motivated, and I like the spirit you have, and definitely it's going to help you a lot. So what would you recommend CareerMaker solution to others?
Yeah. If you're going to take on any certifications, you need to pace your time, meaning you need to have a structure in place where you're going to fit in that special time for certifications, because if you don't, you're going to fail to actually complete these certifications because there's no structure. So whether you work full time, you have to designate a designated time for this. You have to look at yourself. Do I always want to be where I am, or do I want to progress more? Do I always want to be broke, or do I want to get a higher paying job that's going to make sure I'm financially stable? So you have to measure that. You have to measure where you are and where you want to be. And then you have to have a structure in place or a schedule in place where you can map out how you're going to manage your certifications in place. And once you have that in place and you stick with it, no distractions, whether it's for a month, whether you take holidays to do your certification so you can spend time just studying and getting out of the way, that's on you.
All right. So what would you say to someone who is thinking about joining this training but is still unsure, Like some people, like keep thinking, okay, do I want to do it or not? So what are your suggestion for those people?
My suggestion to those people is, as I mentioned before, you look at where you are and where you want to be. Because when I passed the certification, I said, okay, this is my step up. Let's see where it's going to take me. So you really have to look at where you are and where you want to be. So if you're hesitant because you have, issues about taking a test, get it over with. If you
Mm.
fail once, then you know what you fail on. You can always try again the second time around. It's just that you can't try 3 times. I think they only give you 2 chances. So
Mhm.
um, it's all about making sure you analyze where you are and where you want to be. If you procrastinate too much about it, you will never get it done.
Good. So would you like to say something about us, like like CareerMaker Solutions? So we just wrap it up and wishing you best of luck for your career.
Um, yeah, I think it's a great training company to be a part of because it's affordable. And two, um, they make you feel like your family. You're important. There is never any kind of great concern of how everyone in the office behave. They treat you with a lot of respect. They understand you. They try to work with you. Um, I mean, it's a great training company, I personally think. And if you're not happy with the trainer, you will have an opportunity to retake the training with a different trainer. Everyone learns differently. So if you have a concern about your training and you're not happy, you can always reach out to career makers and actually get them to actually revise your training and see whether or not you'd be better off with a different trainer or um, is there any extra resources that you can utilize? They're pretty helpful in that way.
Appreciate your feedback, Elise, and best of luck for your career. And as much as we still, if we have some opportunity or something for you, absolutely we're going to get you through your way. And we're trying your best and hope to see you for any other training or something, in
Yeah.
future. And looking forward to work with you. If you have any question, any query, we're more than happy to help you. And we are always here for your support, Kalis. Appreciate your time. Do you have any questions for me?
No, not to the moment.
All right. All right. Thanks for taking out time today for your feedback. We really appreciate it and looking forward for your, connecting in the future also. Best of luck for your career.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.